iffy situation. 12 out of the 30 points coming from AJ Johnson. You would still expect more from the locals, but that's less than 50% contribution by AJ, so that's really passable. But I still have to give it an X mark because not enough locals are showing up offensively. Frontline reemergence, come on. Velasco, Aquino, Espinas combining for only 8 points. Velasco with 2 points, Espinas with nothing, and Aquino with 6 points. No rush, no harm. If you take a look at the turnovers, Santa Lucia, 19 turnovers so far. So even if they're really not rushing it, they're committing a lot of those mistakes.
Well, that first half was definitely a tension-filled first half, particularly for the Santa Lucia Realtors, the coaching staff of the Realtors picking up 2 technical fouls. The tempers were really starting to flare. Coaching staff not too happy with some of the calls that were made in the first half, and we'll see if cooler heads prevail for the Realtors as we get set now for our second half of action. And the Realtors with a lot of work to do, having to climb this 15-point wall.
Oh, that's a huge challenge here for Santa Lucia. And we did say that this is the team that's still working on chemistry. 6 new players in the fold over the last 3 games, and they've lost all those games.
The Llamados, James Yap out to Artadi. Working it into Cliff Brown. Mark Pingris running out of time here. He's forced to take the jumper. And Aquino with a rebound. Escobar starting at the point here for the Realtors here in the second half. He's joined by Nelbert Omolon, Anthony Johnson, Nick Velasco, and Marlu Aquino. Jumper by Escobar is no good. Rebound by Brown.
Now here's a key switch on the part of Coach Boyd Fernandez as he plays Omolon now at the 2-guard position, something that I think he's capable of doing, rather than forcing to play the 3 spot where he's going to be sharing minutes with AJ.
And James Yap scoring at will now. He's got 15 points in the game.
That's his 3rd foul.
And foul number 3 called on Paul Artadi. They get it to Anthony Johnson. Omolon, kick out to Escobar. Velasco short on that long jumper.
Now one reason also why Omolon is playing that 2 spot is because Coach Boy Fernandez likes his defense on James Yap. Yap, of course, opening the 3rd period here, the second half, with a field goal.
Pingris out to Artadi. And both teams by far making full use of the clock here. And here comes Pingris again running out of time. But there's Brown, offensive rebound, and he scored. No, it will be nullified. And it's going to be a loose ball foul on Cliff Brown.
That's his 3rd foul, 2 on Llamados.
So Brown picking up foul number 3.
Now this is a player who scored 34 points last time out, but he was scoreless in the second period.
Oh, it's going to be an offensive foul. Could be against Velasco, yes.
Offensive foul number 1, Nick Velasco. That's his 3rd foul.
Velasco sent Mark Pingris to the floor.
Earlier he was tagged with a flagrant 1.
And we've got Patricia Hiza now with the story from the dugout.
Assistant Coach Ray Evangelista shared notes from the locker room saying they want to limit their own turnovers. They did only have 3 in the first, but then 10 in the second quarter is something that didn't sit so well. Neither did they like how Santa Lucia was up on rebounds at the half, which is something Derby Ace usually doesn't allow. So their second half mentality right now, everything's back to 0, even if they're up by 15. Now for Assistant Coach Adonis Sierra, he said they lost composure. They had no focus on the game plan, which is to stop Cliff Brown and to stop their post play, but they weren't able to execute anything. So for them now, it's really to concentrate on the penetration and stopping the post plays. Offensively, they know they need to settle down, set good screens, and have a point guard that can set their play. So with that in mind, they might take a gamble and use Josh Urbistondo. Vito?
Thank you, Patricia. We talked about the status of Josh Urbistondo at the top of the coverage. He is nursing that injury. Again, he is really a game-time decision. So at this point, we just don't know how deep Coach Boyd Fernandez is going to dig into that bench of his. But how about this for a development? Cliff Brown picking up 4 fouls already.
And 2 quick ones here in the 3rd period.
James Yap out to Artadi. Artadi off the screen, jumper's good. And now Artadi with 14. The UE tandem leading the way here for the Llamados.
Well, Coach Boy Fernandez looking for a point guard to run this team. Looks like Chris Ross is going to be joining the fray in a short while.
There's the drop. Short jumper for Marlu, no good. Offensive rebound. Anthony Johnson finally gets it. Eight minutes and 44 remaining in the third quarter. So far it's been a stalemate with a 17-point lead still held by the Llamados. And Artadi throwing it up, nothing there. Now Anthony Johnson. The Llamados quickly getting back down on D. Omolon, couple of fakes. Another three-point attempt for Nick Velasco. And lob pass, defense was asleep while James Yap was scheming to score.
Well, that's what's so good about James Yap. Moving without the ball, looking at the angles, looking to get himself open for the shot. 17 points now for Big James. Big game, James.
Artadi called for the defensive foul.
And you watch the communication here between, as you said, the two UE teammates, Paul Artadi to James Yap.
Yeah, that psychic connection goes way back.
Yeah. I remember in 1999, they paired together for a Philippine team that won an invitational international tournament in Taipei. And they were just high school players at that time.
Marlu Aquino, the hook shot, no good. And now Mark Fingers is taking it down for the Llamados. Well, Chris Ross is now on the floor for the Realtors. Aliado going for the jumper. Rebound by Anthony Johnson. Marlu wants it down low. Anthony Johnson, there's the kick out. Ross is open. And Johnson always there to bail out the Realtors.
Well, new man James Yap here, Al Jamal, playing the two spot.
And we'd like to acknowledge the support of Hanes, the official underwear of the PBA. Artadi, the leaner, no.
You know, with so many local options here for BMEG, Cliff Brown is just not getting his touches. He's not even on the floor right now with 4 personal fouls.
There's a double team on Johnson, out to Ross. Oh, and that's going to be a traveling call on Jason Misolas. Got ahead of himself there. Rico Meyerhofer and Roger Yap now in for the Llamados. Dennis Da now replaces Marlu Aquino.
So the man who's lost in the rotation here for Santa Lucia is Gabby Espinas.
You're right. I mean, he started this ball game.
He did. But he's 0 so far in this game. There's Gabby Espinas. Not able to get any playing minutes.
And for those of you who may have just joined us, if you're looking for Ali Peak is not going to be playing today. He is nursing a fever. Roger Yap running out of time. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. The runner, no. Look at the Realtors trying to keep the tempo up here is Anthony Johnson. Not wasting any time. Now Al Jamal strokes it. That's short. Da in the paint. There's the fadeaway. No. And this could be a loose ball foul. Yes, James Yap picking up his 3rd personal.